Alright, so it's almost summer. We've got Avengers Endgame coming out on April 24th. For you Americans, it's April 26th, so we got that little win. But we're going to talk about the summer preview lineup and all the movies that are coming out that you can also get excited about. And with me, I've got...
I'm Scott.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Ryan. And let's talk about the summer movie preview lineup coming out this year, 2019, right now. We know Avengers Endgame. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It's coming out in April.
Yeah, it's very soon.
That's basically the start of summer, right?
Yep.
We already know it's going to be awesome.
They like to get in there
Let's
first, don't they?
Yeah.
Kick it off with style.
All right, let's kick it off without Endgame. And
Yeah,
move straight
so what
past
is next?
May 31st, Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
I'm excited for this, actually. Really excited. I really enjoyed the last one, and I think this one's going all out to the next level.
Yeah.
And and I really like that trailer music.
Yeah, trailer was good. Good, but the first one was kind of average in the dialogue department, wasn't it? So hopefully they can bring that up its game in that
I just
respect.
love the shot of like Rodan flying over, and it's like just the city just being destroyed just from him flapping his wings.
It's got a lot of promise, but the first movie had awesome trailers as well.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed for that one.
Yeah, I'm quietly optimistic, and like it's building into a bigger universe, which I'm actually all in for.
Yeah. I think the thing that excites me about this is they're actually bringing in the other monsters.
Yeah.
That's something I think the original Godzilla, the 1997 classic, Ronald Emmerich.
Roland Emmerich.
Roland.
One of the great
out.
90s soundtracks.
Oh, of all time.
Yeah.
I don't mind that movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's not bad.
No,
but, I mean, if you look back at it today,
It has one of the
best.
best teaser trailers, I reckon. As a kid.
True.
Yeah.
So same day, they've decided to release Rocket Man, the Elton John biopic.
Yeah.
That's good
I'm
counter-programming.
kind of mediocre about this. Whatever.
It's cool that he's singing.
Yep, I agree.
Unlike the Queen biopic. It's weird that Dexter Jester is directing it. Dexter Fletcher, sorry. Dexter Jester. That's the big guy from episode 2 that works the cantina. It's like, Obi-Wan! So I got that wrong. The guy from Press Club is directing this, who
Also, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Come on.
and he got brought in to clean up after Bohemian Rhapsody.
Getting some good buzz out of CinemaCon last week.
Yeah.
So look, it's got to be good, right? Has to
Don't
be.
you feel like, talking about CinemaCon very briefly, did they like throw money under the chairs for these things? Everybody came out and said everything was amazing. Like, no one said anything was bad. Like, you know what I mean? They showed off all these little...
It's a marketing convention, man. That's what they bring you for.
But I know, but they're also bringing reviewers and stuff like that. Slash Film was there. Collider was there. They're all there. They can come out and say this shit looks like crap. But everyone's like, oh, this all looks real great. You know what I mean?
I just took the general gist, because a lot of the time they were upfront and said, this is a pretty spoiler heavy, what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
So I just tuned out straight away. But generally speaking, you're right. Like, they only really talk about the stuff they're excited by.
Yeah.
They didn't really say anything was, look, this is going to be a fucking stinker, right?
But all those, all like the Paramount panel or whatever, the different production company panels were just like, here's clips. There wasn't many full films or anything that was shown. So it's
also a very booze heavy place.
Marketing, it's convention.
And they're bringing out all the stars, so you kind of excited. Like, let's be honest, they showed Terminator and brought out Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton. I would go bonkers. It wouldn't matter what they showed me. They could show me Arnold Schwarzenegger's ass on the screen. I'd probably get excited about that anyway. But, like, you know what I mean? If they showed the worst thing possible on screen, I'd still be excited about it because Arnie was there and so was Linda Hamilton.
But it's not meant for critics, right? It's meant for theater owners to buy the latest popcorn merch or whatever. But
it's still invite them, and that's the stuff that they hear from. We don't
all the
journos
are there, showing off their and. They get sucked up, They get that. If we ever get invited, we'll definitely.
Yeah. We love you, CinemaCon.
Kiss every ass possible.
I'm ready. All right. Now this could be.
Talking about Rocket Man.
That's what Taron Egerton will be. Plenty of that in Rocket Man.
Not in China. So the next big one off the list, which I think is actually going to be the biggest stinker of the year. Dark Phoenix.
No way.
Come on, this is the
final... New Mutants hasn't come out yet.
Yeah. Well, is that going to come out? Let's be honest.
So, let's talk Dark Phoenix.
So Dark Phoenix, it's the reimagining of the already told Last Stand film where Jean Grey becomes the Phoenix, and it was told much better in the comic books and even better in the animated series. But we're getting the version that I think goes into space according to the trailer. I reckon it'll be for like 2.5
Outer space.
Yeah. Are you excited about it? I'm not.
I'm more
I couldn't
excited
care.
than I probably should be, considering Apocalypse was kind of boring. But like, I think it's got new blood.
It was boring as batshit.
Yeah, but-
I didn't even really like Days of Future Past, to be honest.
Yeah, I think First Class is awesome,
First Class
and
is
I like
shit.
most of the cast. So I haven't like written this one off.
Yeah.
I can't tell you it's like top of my list, but I'd probably go see it.
Look, this reminds me of like, you know, they tried to reboot Robin Hood once with Russell Crowe. They failed. They tried again last year. They failed. This is going to be the next Robin
It kind
Hood.
of shocks me that Jennifer Lawrence is still in this.
What?
And I know the trailer says otherwise, but
No, not only the trailer, Kimberg already come out and
yeah.
said-
Well, yeah,
said
that's,
things
yeah.
about that.
So, but it still shocks me they got her back anyway. Like just in general. Like I thought, the last one they kind of the contracts are all up.
Don't
They
you
kind of
feel
done.
like she kind of needs it at the moment? I feel like what she brought out recently that's been massive. Like she did 3 films in the last like 5 years that were kind of big stinkers. I mean, Passengers sucked.
I like that.
The fight, because you like anything that's in space, it doesn't matter.
That's cool.
Yeah, but the second it goes into space, you're already semi-hard. Like the straight out.
It was creepy.
you're
Like
in.
it's kind of a creepy premise, but I thought
Yeah.
aesthetically it was cool.
And
anyway,
it was like watching
yeah,
Chris
good
Pratt
score.
play
I know where you're at.
basketball
She does need a good role. I think Red
Yeah,
Sparrow.
but as if this
as well.
was going to be the
Red Sparrow, and then also
Yeah.
the final Hunger Games movie, Mockingjay Part 2.
It was good. Mother was the bomb you're thinking
Mother,
about. Yeah.
and Mother, I wasn't actually,
Yeah.
but thank you
Yeah.
for bringing it up.
has been a while since she's had a genuine.
Well, don't you think she
bona fide-
needs this blockbuster? Like, if I was her, I wouldn't be trying to get out at the start of the movie. I'd want to be the big ticket item for this movie again. Screw, what's her face, Sansa Stark. I would just say I'm Mystique. Bitch.
Well, that's the biggest
I'm
problem
Darth
is that we
Phoenix all the way
don't-
through the movie because I can change into whoever I want. So, the new, what would you call this? A remake, reboot? I'm going to call it a reboot of the franchise, and it's also a sequel.
Yeah.
So, sequel boot.
Just new take, hot new take.
Hot new take on the Men in Black franchise, Men in Black International, with the racist Liam Neeson and Chris Hemsworth coming in. What are you guys talking about? What do you guys think?
I like Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson I thought they were cool together
They
in
were great.
Thor.
Yeah.
I don't know how into this I am. I don't know.
It's one of those movies that's kind of like it's flying by. Like, you get all these other big movies coming
Yeah.
out, and no one's talking about Men in Black. And
Yeah.
But you got to fill out those weeks when there's no big, comic book movie coming out.
It
You gotta-
is probably a strong franchise, but I don't know how. Like, I feel like it's very Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones are in
exactly.
it. Right?
It's strong because of those two actors,
Yeah.
and I don't think, personally for me, Chris Hemsworth can pull a franchise like that.
But I think for me, it's just like my excitement levels decreased to the point where I'm almost comatose because look, the second one was a
the second
huge
one
disappointment.
Sucks.
Then the third
I
one
like
was
the third.
not good.
Ooh.
And
The first one is amazing. Just like Australia Ballpark,
Yeah,
Men in
of
Black
course it
1
is.
is amazing.
but
you-
it's a star making Will
Yeah.
Smith was just charisma turn up to like 11 in that
Yeah,
movie.
You also forget about it though. Like it all ends up getting blurred together, and there's so much uniqueness to that first one. Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't think it's going to be a big hit, to be honest.
I
I don't know anyone that is actually like really, really pumped to see this.
Yeah, maybe when we get a bit close to the release, when I saw the Avengers hype and all the superhero stuff, kind of parts ways. Maybe we'll
All
see.
right. Well, moving on. The new Child's Play, the remake, you'd have to call this one, the remake of Child's Play.
Yeah,
You hate Child's Play, right?
yeah, not my jam. But I'll tell you what I think they've turned around a lot of people with this, with the announcement of Mark Hamill voicing
couldn't get
the
better.
dog. So I think that's pretty interesting. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are really upset about this happening anyway, like hardcore people. But I think that I think it'll be different enough and somewhat modernized for a current audience. I think it'll actually have probably a decent audience.
I think.
Oh
No,
shit!
no, well, if you wanna fight about it.
I think Brad Dourif needs to be in this movie in some capacity. I
Yeah.
did feel bad for him when the Mark Hamill announcement came. I'm just like,
But they're still continuing the original franchise on
Yeah,
TV
on
now,
TV,
right? And he's
yeah.
part of that. So
so is this new movie?
it's got.
Do you think it exists because it was such a success?
Yeah.
Has that sparked this new wave?
And
of-
MGM have the title, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Shit, we could do something with this."
And it has nothing. It's not made by the original creator, so it's only the title they own at MGM
And the story,
and the story behind it, right? So they're taking a completely different take, and that original, what you just said, is gone to TV.
Yeah, it's been on
but I
Sci-Fi.
think this franchise absolutely needs new life. I loved it as a kid. Loved the first one. Loved the second one. Even the third one's pretty good. But then it just went batshit crazy after that. Those other 3 films.
Yeah, what was the last one that came out? Was it Bright?
The last two have been D to V.
Chucky.
Yeah.
And Chucky in those movies is horrendous. Like, they've gone from this unbelievable kick-ass animatronic that terrified you as a child, and even today it still scares you. But what they went to in the later films was essentially what they did in the shorter parts, and it was a little person in a costume rather than doing animatronics and stuff like that. And it looks horrendous. Like, Chucky doesn't even have a neck at this point.
And there's budget stuff, right? Is that
sure?
Like, Kevin Yeager did a pretty bang-up job with those first couple of films.
Yeah.
And like that, they put a lot of money into it. And now it's easy to kind of go down the CG route or just get a cheaper one. So it sounds like they're doing animatronics again, which I think is good. So having Mark Hamill animatronics, Aubrey Plaza, I think is really cool because it's very rare that she has some. It's weird that she's playing a mum, right?
Yeah, like, we at that point yet? Are we at that point where she's a mum?
I read an interview that she said she's excited about it because she was a child to a young mum, and so she felt she could do something with that. So
right,
but I guess there's something about the script that kind of draw her in. So we'll see. I'm kind of curious to see the modern sensibilities that kind of come to play, especially around connected devices and everything.
Yeah,
and none of that voodoo crap.
I think that was their in point for this. Like, that's what made it the idea kind of work for them.
Yeah,
I just want bloody fun, like R-rated bloody fun here.
Moving on, we've got Toy Story 4 on June 21st. This is a risky step. I feel like
and none of the this in any other scenario, this would be a sure win, right? Yeah, but there's something so grand about how Toy Story 3 ended that anything that follows this kind of just seems like a money grab to some degree.
100%. I completely agree.
I was thinking, is Toy Story could quite possibly be the best trilogy of all time?
No.
No,
no. Here's the way that falls down, right?
All right.
The Ewoks in Return of the Jedi.
Great.
No.
Yeah, what's wrong with them?
Every time I watch that movie, I'm like I'm into it. Yeah. I'm into it, and it gets so cutesy. It was a taste of what was to come with Phantom Menace.
No.
And I'm always left like, oh man, if only the Ewoks
all right, what
were
else?
in that movie.
What other
The Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 are all 5-star movies. I don't think Return of the Jedi is it's like close, but it's not quite as good as those first two.
I'm just going to jump into Return of the Jedi there. Return of the Jedi, that sequence offers you something that Star Wars had never done before. The battle sequence.
The teddy bears protecting.
Yeah, right. Even so, the teddy bears kicking some friggin' stormtrooper ass in the fact that they weren't using ships, they weren't using lightsabers, they weren't even using guns or anything. They used the forest against stormtroopers, which are like this completely futuristic, battle-heavy, team of soldiers that can't shoot anybody, but put that aside, against teddy bears, and they got their fucking asses kicked. It was unbelievable. Don't take that away from me. I love Return of the Jedi.
If it helps, it was originally supposed to be Wookiees, right?
Anyway, the Toy Story and Star Wars. This is not what we came here to fight about.
So do we?
Do
we think this film is necessary?
This is the battle of Endor, right? Fucking
well, the fact that I think it's the most perfect trilogy ever means that of course I don't know why they're making a fourth one.
It does seem like a money grab, right? Yeah, and it's great that they got the original cast, but
it's very. I'm worried that because obviously Rashida Jones was attached.
Yeah,
then she left.
It's a bit of weird stuff behind the scenes.
Then Lasseter had to leave, and it's just like I mean, I feel like all Pixar movies these days go through some kind of drama, and some of them come out fine.
It's weird that I like Key and Peele, but their characters seem weird in this. I think I like the Forky character. I like Tony Hale, but just there's a sense of I feel like Bo Peep's probably going to be the bad guy. I feel like I've seen the culmination of that story. I feel like anything else is just we're learning to be toys again and appreciate new owner. And
fair enough.
We'll see.
All right,
we'll see.
Moving on to
we'll see.
Spider-Man: Homecoming 2: Far From Home.
Jake Gyllenhaal gets his helmet out.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I thought I wasn't going to go there, but you went there.
That's all anyone cares about.
I'm excited the fact that he gets to be Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I feel like he was touching that when Tobey Maguire broke his back, and now he finally gets to be being a Spider-Man.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I really like Homecoming. Shout out to the guy who wrote the score for that trailer because it is phenomenal and it'll not be in the film. But
what? What do you mean?
A guy who wrote this custom Spider-Man theme for the first movie on YouTube, Sony hired him to write the score for the trailer, which ends with that super sweet rendition of the classic Spider-Man theme, but it is not Giacchino, so it's not going to be in the film.
Wow, well, that's a good stepping stone for a composer.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. So I think that's pretty cool. Anyway,
Only he would know that.
Mind blown. Yeah, you only would do
yeah.
that.
So
Stay tuned for our scoring shows.
I'm pretty excited about this. I really like Tom Holland. I think he's really cool in the role. I think it's cool that they're going overseas. I think that's kind of neat.
Something different.
And what I'm interested in, I think, is still the high school aspect, which is probably my favorite part about Homecoming. I think it's cool going on a class trip and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely something you did in high school, so it makes sense for it to happen in the movie.
I remember when I went to Venice in high school.
You went to Germany though, didn't you?
Went to France, but I know, but it's not common.
Well, it is actually apparently because you went there.
Yeah, I went to Lake Barndong out near Bloody Orange in Central West New South Wales, Australia. Ooh, what a time! There was no water in the dam. It's just...
And then you had to put on the Spider-Man mask.
Yeah. We were web slinging over. Anyway, all right. I'm also really excited about Far From Home. I think it's probably one of the bigger movies this summer that I'm super pumped about outside of Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, and it's weird. Let's talk the marketing of that real quickly. Do you guys think it's weird?
I think it's weird. So you say, I just... Yeah,
they would.
I agree that, and there's nothing that gives anything away, right? They haven't said, everyone's going to be safe or anyone's going to be.
Oh yeah, but definitely didn't say.
No, they didn't
we're
say
all alone now.
Yeah. All we know from the trailer is that Tony Stark dies.
Definitely
Okay.
dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's next.
All right, The Lion King, the live action remake that is absolutely just an animated film.
No, the photorealistic animated film version of the cartoon.
Lion King.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I loved what Favreau did with Jungle Book. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, Jungle Book's good. Anyway, Lion King.
I don't think this movie's made for us. This is for kids that don't like 2D animation and they just
see Lion King.
Entry point.
Kids don't like them. I've tried to make my kid watch a lot of the old Disney movies. They don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I think this is made for kids who are kids who are maybe 2 years or younger than us. So I'm talking. Kids who may be born 88 or onwards. Yeah. Because I remember when I saw Lion King...
I think later than that. I think
So Lion King was 94, right?
No.
So I saw Lion King in 94 in theaters, and that I felt like that was the first time I felt like, I'm too old to be seeing these kind of movies in theaters kind of thing. So maybe there is an age bracket there that's going to bake it, that can jump on the nostalgia of this, but it's not us, I don't think.
All right. Well, moving on to Quentin Tarantino's 9th movie, Once Upon a Time.
In Hollywood, yeah. This is the one I'm most pumped for out of the whole summer.
Really?
There's no way this can be bad, right?
No,
there's 100% ways.
It could quite easily be better than his last film, which I was disappointed by.
Yeah.
Hateful Eight, No Love?
I read the script beforehand, so I probably shouldn't have done that.
What?
But even so, that whole movie felt like a play that
that's what it was supposed to be, right?
And a waste of 70mm.
Yeah, okay.
But this looks like a hell of a good time, this movie.
Yeah, I'm curious. Do you think they're going to do the alternate history thing like they did at the end of Inglourious Basterds?
100%. I would love to see Sharon Stone knock off a couple of heads.
Sharon Tate.
Sharon Tate.
Close.
One of the Sharons.
I'd like to see
Sharon Stone. Did you know that
Stone.
Sharon Stone is actually Sharon Tate's daughter?
I'd love to see Sharon Stone rock up in this movie.
Wow.
It is a lie. I'll see how far they play that along.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool.
Not as excited about the rest of the summer as you are.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. That's going to be a nice post superhero.
Yeah. We need some superhero-less films.
Yeah, totally. And you don't get a Tarantino film every year or every 2 years or every 3 years.
I just hope there's just a scene where Brad Pitt and Leo just get it on. If there was
just get down and fuck.
If there was a scene, they would make the most money ever, more than Avatar. If there was a scene where there's just 10 minutes of them,
isn't Brad Pitt his his stunt man?
Yes, it makes perfect
just bring
sense.
out his stunt dick.
Just raw dogging it.
That's the way. His 10th film's going to be straight up porn. Moving on from not another superhero movie to an actual superhero movie that looks stupid and ridiculous, which isn't a superhero movie. Hobbs and Shaw. I forgot what it's called.
So the Fast and Furious spin-off.
Yes, the Fast and Furious, first of the spin-offs, the one that is tearing apart the family from the inside.
Oh my goodness!
And it's ruining a lot of the parties' lives. If you're a career,
he's ruining the family.
I'm ruining this video.
Yeah,
is what's happening.
He's ruining the family.
He is.
I don't care.
What's that guy's name?
Tyrese.
Tyrese Gibson. That's
Tyrese. You're ruining my paycheck.
You know what? I have to say, Tyrese Gibson. You ruined the franchise to begin with, mate. You took Vin Diesel's role when he was meant to be in the movie, and you broke apart the family from the second movie onwards. You got nothing to talk about. That's right. You heard it here first. Shut your face, Tyrese Gibson. If I've remembered your name. But
yeah,
I haven't.
I can't tell you I'm overly excited about this.
No one's excited about this.
It
looks pretty fun.
It looks pretty full on. Like, Idris Elba legitimately looks like he's wearing a super suit or something. Like, it looks like they're taking it to the next, like...
Yeah,
no capes!
I think Idris Elba's better than this, man. Like, the guy should be doing some better roles by now, surely.
Yeah, Suicide Squad, man.
Idris Elba is like an unsung hero of the acting world. Why isn't he doing bigger films?
I know.
Like, he deserves better stuff. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
And he's doing shit that I just don't understand. Why is he doing that comedy show on Netflix? Why?
Yeah, it's it's not great. It's close to his heart because he's like a DJ and stuff as well.
And then he's on every commercial break that I've ever seen him on doing that. I can't remember what the ad is. Squarespace.
Yeah.
What's happening, Idris Elba? You're better than this. Get a superhero role. Do something. I know superhero is probably not what he wants to do, but that'll kickstart his career.
Well,
kind of like Chris Evans.
He's playing not Deadshot, so...
Yeah, not Deadshot. Ding! Alright, I'm trying to bring up a movie that I think is still not going to be released. I don't believe it's going to come out. Who knows what's happening? Fox just bought out Disney. The X-Men franchise is over with Dark Phoenix, so why the hell are we still getting New Mutants?
It's going straight to the streaming service.
It's going straight to the bargain bin,
so they haven't
the official
even,
bin of Disney.
They haven't even shot the reshoots they've been talking about for 9 months yet, according to...
really?
Yeah, Arya Stark or whatever showed up in an interview last week saying, I don't know what's going on with this. We haven't done any...
Macy Williams. We really struggle with the Sansa girls' names. But
What
no,
are the
you're
stars?
right.
I didn't even watch that show.
It's probably even Rob.
When you say it's going to go straight to streaming, like where's it's going to end up on Disney Plus?
Yeah, Disney Plus, yeah.
launches.
Get dumped.
I don't even think it'll end up there. I think it'll end up on Amazon or something. Like Disney, I think Disney will just be like, well, I want this. Like, it's like one of those things you get. It's like you've bought the best show bag in the world, and that's the milk dud.
So,
I don't want it.
Markets are good. So wasn't there supposed to be some sort of connection to the bigger universe here?
Tuds.
So like,
yes, yeah, it was meant to be. It was
John
meant to be-
Hamm playing Sinister,
Mr. Sinister,
something like that.
right.
Yeah.
And it was meant to be the opening of the franchises to let you have the X-Force films, to let you have the other X-Men style films, but no one cares. At this point.
So was the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yes,
meant
that's
to set
right.
up Sinister
That's right.
Six.
Oh
and
my God,
look what happened there.
I love the end of
shit,
Amazing
man.
Spider-Man 2.
And then they just went, you know what? I'm just going to go whatever we want to do and just release a whole movie about the whole thing they were planning on doing with Spider-Man and Spider-Verse.
But Scoot's right. That the best 5 minutes of the
Dude, it's so good.
was the only good part of the entire
Was the Rhino scene?
Yeah, right at the
not
end.
the Rhino scene.
With the score, and he picks up the fucking...
Oh shit! No, we're not agreeing on
What
that.
are you talking about?
I'm talking about the death of.
Oh yeah, that was
Gwen
good.
Stacy.
And then her
What?
speech,
Just kidding.
the speech, their voiceover, where she's like all beaten down and learning to be Spider-Man again, and then he shows up right in.
But the
score is
Rhino,
good.
the Rhino.
Yeah, he's Paul Giamatti stupid, but the music is so good.
I think the first, after the opening sequence of the dad dying on the plane, that sequence is the best part of the whole movie, where he jumps off the building and
yeah, and just the logo of in black, and then it shows it.
So good.
Get rid of the dad part at the start.
Get rid of the whole movie. Just keep that scene. That's the whole movie. I'm in and out. I'm popcorn done.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, moving on to the final movie of summer.
This is the most anyone's ever talked about making Spider-Man 2.
The final movie this summer, the sequel to Superbad, Good Boys. Actually, it's not a sequel to Superbad, but it may as well be.
It looks cool.
It does look good, actually.
It's written by Gene Skopetsky, and the other guy, the other writer.
Yeah, the guys are originally going to do Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
right?
and they did Year One.
Year
Year One is not good, but they wrote quite a bit of The Office.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure they're directing this. So it's their first kind of direction. But yeah, it looks very Superbad. I'm in for this. It's weird to see Jacob Tremblay dropping F-bombs.
I like the idea that they've gone younger than Superbad. Superbad, you've already in that teen, age where they're after sex, they're after, they're eating dicks and everything. These guys, they haven't seen porn, and I like that concept because it's kind of like you're hitting that puberty. I remember my age, like myself at that age, and you had no idea about anything. So everything was new and fresh to you. Like, anyway, that's cool.
Yeah,
I think everyone's seen these teenager films like American Pie and stuff like that. Superbad, you've already done it 100,000 times. This one I don't think has been done yet.
Yeah, and I think
it's Thor.
I think it's good. I think that these movies have been lacking.
Yeah,
there hasn't been as many of them of late.
Yeah.
So I think every generation needs like this kind of a movie.
Yeah, and it kind of breaks up the whole superhero action
100%
thing.
again.
So I think I'm in.
All right, well, let's finish it up. All right, so that's the summer preview lineup. What movie are you guys excited about the most? I'm probably still excited about Endgame, but outside of that, I've forgotten the rest of the movies, so who cares?
I had my favourite, guys.
Yeah.
Favourite?
Come on.
Tarantino.
All right, Tarantino. Well, let me just quick.
It's
quick
really
squiz.
New Mutants,
Quick
isn't it,
squiz.
Scoot?
Quick squiz.
Yeah, I love New.
11 was. So that's the summer movie lineup. I'm pretty excited about of all these outside of Avengers Endgame is probably Spider-Man Far From Home, Homecoming 2. I think that looks amazing. What do you guys think? What's yours?
Yeah, I would probably say that. I'm kind of excited to see kind of that next step post Endgame, like so soon after Endgame as well.
Yeah.
So sure, yeah, okay, it's another superhero, but whatever. I mean, all in at this point.
What about you, Ben?
Mate, I think I've already made my sentiments clear that I want to see Brad and Leo just get it on.
Just fuck, that's gonna happen.
And I'll be there with my buttery popcorn.
And that's
And
not
the
even
hole in the popcorn.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That is not the popcorn. Oh, hello. And that's what we have to say about that. I'm Ryan.
I'm Scott.
I'm Ben.
And until next time, we'll catch you nerds at the movies and talking about some movies like we are right now.
Well, you know what we didn't talk about? I'm sorry. One of my most anticipated films, Yesterday.
But it's not a summer movie.
Why not?
Well,
It's in their list.
Well, yeah, no, but so is Midsummer, and I totally.
Yesterday's
botched
gonna
that
be
one.
awesome.
Yesterday is going to be good.